Hey skaters, it's Stace here from Next Edge Tutorials, and this lesson today, I'm going to show you how to spin faster. So before we jump into our lesson, I want you to click on the link below in the description for your free PDF guide on the 4 turns that we have in figure skating. This PDF guide is going to cover 3 turns, brackets, rockers, counters, inside, outside, forwards, and backwards. It's gonna up your knowledge on our turns. That way, when you're on a session, you can actually start picking out which skaters are doing brackets, counters, rockers, or 3 turns. So when you're ready, give it a click. So every skater wants to spin faster, and why is that? Number 1, it is easier to control. It looks better. You can get into spins faster and out, which gives you more time for spirals or other things in your program. Well, in our lesson, we're gonna be looking at 3 different ways that you can increase that spin. The first one is going to be your entry into your spin. So if you have a back crossover into your spin, you can actually increase your spin with the entry. We are going to use the power on that push under here, push under. Then we push again. And then we can get some speed just from your entry. Now look at the difference when I don't have a solid, powerful entry. You might go here, push under, step, and in. Yes, you can get some rotations, but it's not fast and powerful. So I want you focusing on this back inside edge right here. Winding up, then bending and pushing into that outside edge. You can already see the difference by just those 2 pushes into your spin. You're already creating some speed. So I know what you might be thinking, Stace, I don't have that traditional entry. I have it from an inside 3 turn. Well, guess what? The same thing applies for that inside 3 turn. So you might have a 3 turn that looks like this. Yes, you're doing an inside 3 turn pushing on that outside edge, but you're not getting any power and speed from that inside 3 turn. Well, how do we get it? From bending and pushing. Pull up on the edge, then I rebend, I accelerate on that outside edge and then up. It's the bending, pushing onto the edge and holding it and accelerating on that pressure of that left outside edge, pulling up into a spin. Let's go back to the traditional entry. Bending, pushing, using this under push. Pushing there. Then I rebend to push again. And I press that left outside edge. I accelerate it, so I'm converting that line speed into that circle speed for a really fast spin. So that is the first thing that we're going to use in order to increase our speed of our spin. The second thing that we're gonna look at is using our arms, using that pulling in to help create that speed of our spin. So we're gonna take just an upright spin. My arms are gonna be out and I'm going to draw them in. So I'm gonna take this pressure here, my arms are out, and I'm gonna use it to create a faster spin. I'm using that resistance pulling my arms in. I feel it in my arms. Look at the difference when I don't keep that resistance. I have nothing. I can't increase my speed of my spin because I don't feel anything. So it's taking the arms out and pulling them in. Now we're gonna combine 1 and step 2 together. So we're gonna focus on our entry, then we're gonna keep our arms out, and then we're going to pull our arms into our body and see if we can increase that speed. Now we're gonna combine the first 2 steps that we've spoken about. So the entry from the traditional entry, that push under, that bend push pressing the edge, our arms are out. Now we're gonna accelerate our spin. Now we're gonna take a look at the spin from an inside 3 turn. So same thing applies, is that bending, pushing onto that edge, and then pressing it around. Arms are gonna be out, and then we're gonna increase our spin. So we're gonna go push here, bend, rise, re-bend, press that edge, out, in. Now, I do have some skaters that go, I can't feel that resistance. There's a great way. There's two ways that you can try to feel this. If you're in a pool and you're underneath the water, it's that pulling in here. That's what you want to feel. Or you can grab some wrist weights. These are just awesome because I can put my fingers through them and I can hold on to them so they're not going to fly off anywhere. These will help you immediately feel that resistance that I'm talking about to help increase your spin. So I'm just gonna do a 2-foot spin right here. So we're out, arms are out, and then you can feel that resistance that you want in order to increase your spin rotation. Use them every single time you skate. Take them off, try a spin without them, then put them back on. You will immediately feel your spins increase. So grab some weights. All right, now the third thing that we're gonna be looking at is that open to nice and tight, and I have the perfect example for you. So we're gonna do an inside 3 turn. I'm gonna push into a sit spin. Now we open, push, and then back sit. It is so helpful when doing combination spins when we go off of our body, because then we can use all that power and speed to come back in. Where skaters go wrong is they don't open enough, and I'm gonna show you exactly what that looks like. I'm gonna do the front sit, back sit again. I'm gonna go from one to the other without using that opening. Still gonna do it from an inside 3 turn. It's really hard to do. I feel like I'm not balanced and over myself, and my speed didn't increase, and that's what I want. I want nice, fast spins at competition. So really working on that open to close. Let's look at that one more time. And I'll use a traditional entry just so that you can see the difference. So power, push, close it, open, and close it again. By using that open and close, you can also transfer your weight from that left, stepping out, and really making sure you're over the right. When you don't use that open, it makes it harder, and then you're not as balanced because you're going from one to the other. So next time you're on the ice, try using that open and then close. So now it's time to combine all 3 things together. We're gonna use power from our entry. I'm gonna use that resistance, and I'm gonna use that off the body and then in for a great combination spin. Now, I'm gonna try a camel, front sit, back sit. So I'm going to use that inside 3 turn just because I feel a lot of power and speed from it. So I'm gonna go inside 3 turn, camel. Here's that off, in, off, and then in, and then you can even more increase that speed. So I tried to show you all 3 things that we have spoken about. That powerful entry, you saw me go from the camel, then up off the body into a front sit. Then I went off the body, I went back sit, and then I used that resistance to come in even faster into that back sit. So these are 3 steps that I like using to help my speed increase. All right, that is the end of our lesson today. Hopefully you've gotten something out of it, and the next time you're on the ice, I want you to apply those 3 steps to all your spins. Don't forget about those hand weights because that will also help you feel that resistance a bit more. Thanks for watching Next Ed Tutorials, and looking forward to seeing you in our next lesson.